So, we are hopefully live. It is Monday evening at 7 p.m. Yay, it's my first live stream on YouTube for a little bit, a few weeks. And yeah, it's good to be back to a craft live stream. I've been doing lots of gaming live streams on Twitch, but no craft live streams. So we're back. We're back to craft live streams. Oh, I need to put on live chat instead of top chat. Right, let me just wait for confirmation that I am here before I start getting to work. Oh dear, it is very hot. It's very hot today. Hi Phil, good evening to you. Have you had a good day? It's been so long since we last spoke. I hope you're well. And I sent you a Twitch message earlier, so thank you very much. But yes, I hope you have had a good day. And yes, it is a bit hot. I bet it's hot there. I bet it's like 30 degrees. Yeah, it is about 30 degrees. It's going to be getting worse, I think, later on in the week. And even worse in central London. So that's where I am tomorrow. So that's great. But yeah, it's quite warm in this room. I'm not going to lie. We'll see how the live stream goes. I'm going to get gradually more and more shiny as it progresses, and whether or not I make it to like an hour is another thing, but we'll see how it goes. I'm sure once I get involved in like craft stuff, I won't even notice that it's quite hot. Sure, it'll just be like my gaming live streams when it's hot and I get engrossed and it doesn't matter anymore. Also, don't forget, if you're in the chat, to go to live chat instead of top chat so you don't miss anything, because we've had trouble with that before. Good day, it's only 21 degrees there. Wow, I am quite envious. But I remember from last week what it's like your way. Oh yeah. Yep. It's yeah, there was a time like this a few weeks ago. Here, like as hot. But I was sort of getting back lulled into a false sense of security that we were back to like normally hot weather, in that I can handle the late 20s, you know, with little complaining. But once it gets to that 30 number, that's when things get difficult. Yeah, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all going to be fine, and in a few weeks we'll be moaning about the cold and the rain. But 21 degrees does sound nice. So I guess we should get started on the cosplay. So I've been working on a lot of cosplays recently, but not really finishing any, just sort of working slowly on them. We are English, complaining about the weather is what we do. It's true. It's true. We don't know how to do anything else. Hi, Carolyn! Great to see you. Have you had a good day? Yay! Ah. It's cool. Right. So yeah, it's been a while since I've been working on like a proper big cosplay like Rey from Star Wars. I've been working on sort of general, slightly smaller cosplays, more manageable ones, but I wanted to have a bit of a challenging one that can sort of go on alongside all of my Lara Crofts and Jessica Joneses. I want to have another a cosplay that's a bit more like Rey from Star Wars, where I don't have a clue how to do half of the stuff that I need to do to be able to make the cosplay. So I've picked a new cosplay to start, and it's going to be very slow going. It's probably going to take a while for it to be finished. But yeah, it's good to be starting something that's very challenging, and where I need to slowly work out how to do things and learn how to do things. I'm quite excited for that. It's very hot here too, so I've been inside, or I have been inside too. It's the best thing, I think. I have had a good day. I have been doing very little. I had a live stream this morning, and then I was worried that if I worked in here all day, then this room would be unmanageably hot for the live stream. So I've literally just left the room and done very little today. So it hasn't been the most productive day, I guess, but, you know, I am currently sitting in this room, so I guess that's the plus side. I was worried that I would just make the room so hot. Yes, I hope it will be fun. I hope I won't get so stressed. Yes. So this is my wonderful setup for the new camera. You'll see the result of this setup in a moment when I start work. But yes, this is my GorillaPod. And it's I had a bit of trouble actually because for some reason this camera, it will only attach with the USB port on the back of the Mac. It won't attach using my extending USB port that's called something. But anyway, it just means that the cable doesn't go very far, which means I can't use a tripod off the table. So it's in shot. I didn't want it to be in shot, but what can we do? What can we do? It's all fine. We just have a nice friend. We have a nice camera friend with me here. Yeah, I recommend GorillaPods. They're very useful for like on-the-go filming. You know, they attach to most stuff. I haven't done anything but have lunch today, so I'm with you. Okay, I feel better. I feel better. It's just one of those days. Too hot to function. One of those extended things. That's a TARDIS. Oh, cool. Mine's not a TARDIS. It's just like a little silver block. It's not fancy, but I can't use it for the camera for some reason. So let me show you the cosplay I'm going to be working on, because yeah, I guess that's a good place to start. So here we go. This is what I'm going to be working on now, slightly out of my comfort zone. This is Jester from Critical Role, Campaign 2, the character played by Laura Bailey. Critical Role is the Dungeons & Dragons live series with voice actors playing all of the parts. And yes, this is Jester, one of my favourite characters, although I haven't decided my favourite character, but this is the character that I most want to cosplay. And quite elaborate, and that's not even all of the stuff that I'm hoping to make. She also has a bag and a very large lollipop, which is a spiritual weapon, which is used to attack creatures, but I want to make the very large lollipop. And that's actually one of the few things that I have already kind of worked out how to do. So the lollipop, oddly, despite it being large and unwieldy, will probably be one of the first things to get finished. Whereas some of the other things might take a little while. It is a really nice costume, isn't it? I love the design, I love the colours. It looks like it's quite a lot of parts as well, so I think that'll be fun for like the way that I work on cosplays tends to be in very bitty. It's just whenever I'm in the mood. So because this has a lot of parts, I thought it stands a chance of me being able to just like pick a part and just work on it for like an hour or two, and then the next time I'm in the mood or have time I can work on something else or continue work. That's sort of my thought. A bit like Ray, lots and lots of different elements. Oh, sorry, I'm going to need some water. Yeah, Critical Role. I think it's LE, but I recommend it. I especially, it's the best time really to start is right now because we're only just into Campaign 2, so it's relatively easy to catch up. You don't need to like start with the first episode in Campaign 1 or anything. You can, but it's a long time. But yeah, I haven't watched, I've only watched the first like 20 episodes or so of Campaign 1. And I tend to just watch it when I'm doing other stuff, to be honest. But Campaign 2 I'm watching as it goes every week. But I recommend it. Hi, Salmon. Good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you. How are you? How have you been? Sorry, I'm getting really hot. I am very good, thank you. But I'm a little warm. So I'm not sure how much craft work I'm going to get done today, but we'll see. We can always just have a chat and do very, very calm craft work. Is that tea or coffee? It's water. I have a mug of water, and I also have a glass of ice with a little bit of water in it. So I'm drinking both. I just got really, really hot then. But I'm better now. So yeah, this is my new project. I hope you have been well. But I'm starting work with the horns, as you can see. I haven't got the wig yet, but I'm starting work on the horns, and that's what I'm going to do today. Being weird and drinking coffee even though it's super hot, so I have to excuse myself to get more though. Fair enough, fair enough. Coffee breaks are reasonable, I think. Plus sometimes a hot drink can make you feel cooler sometimes. I don't know how it works. So yeah, I have started, I made like the start of, oh I should probably go to, actually this screen's fine, this screen's fine. So I've started a horn, which looks like this, and it, say hello to Jonathan. So, which horn is this? I think it's this horn. Is that right? That can't be right. Hang on. Let me work this out. I've got like a mirror image and also that image. So this is the wrong way. That's better. That looks right. How can I get it to be right? I want it to look exactly like on the picture. Nothing else will do. Even though that's... Hang on. One bit is... Oh yeah, that's right. There we go. That's about right. Got it in the wrong place. But with the wig, it will look smaller than it is. But yeah, that's what we've got so far. Yeah, her hair sort of covers them. It looks like they're like here-ish. And then the front part of her hair, her fringe, and like these side bits sort of cover where they attach to her head. That's what it looks like from the picture. To my eyes, anyway. Yes, Jonathan says hello to you as well. So, yeah, and then I haven't got the wig yet, so I haven't worked out how I'm going to attach it to the wig. I'm probably going to work it out as I go when I get the wig, because depending on the type of wig, it might be quite easy to just attach it literally to the wig and just put the wig on with the horns on, or it might be easier to attach the horns to like a headband, like quite a thin headband, and then hide the head, and then put the headband on over the wig, and then hide the headband in the hair, like move some of the hair forward or backwards to hide the headband. So I'm probably not going to be able to work that out until I find a wig. So I'm just like making the horns. So the horn is just molded tinfoil, which is why I have tinfoil. Mouse wig, exactly. Hi, Time and Chance. Good to see you. They are. You never noticed the horns? It's the tail that I didn't notice the first time I saw this picture. But yeah, it's she does make the most of them, exactly. But yeah, so this is just tinfoil molded, and then with masking tape on the top, and then I'm gonna use paper mache to make it, you know, all smooth and nice. But I'm probably not gonna paper mache until I've sorted out the wig / headband situation, because I'll probably need to paper mache it to the headband if I'm using a headband, so I figured maybe I'll wait, but I'll see. I'll see. This might be as far as I get, just 2 of these, so I'm going to start the second one today, although I imagine it will be far more difficult and more time consuming to do the second one, because I've got to try and make it the same as the first one, which is the problem. But yeah, let's go to a new screen. Yeah, it's nice to see you on a live show as well. Yay, it's good to have a live stream on YouTube. It's really fun. Have them as part of the wig. Yeah, just sort of attach it to the wig so that I can, or like put a hole in the wig maybe, so that you put the horns. No, it wouldn't work to put the horns on first and then put the wig over the top. That wouldn't work. If it was different, if it was like devil horns, that would work. But because it's sort of like weird curly horns, that wouldn't work. So I am thinking out loud here. But yeah, I could try and have it as part of the wig. They're not very heavy, so it could, you know, it won't like distort the wig when I'm taking it on or off, I don't think. But it might just be easier or safer to have a headband and just disguise it within the wig. or like cover it with the hair from the wig, because I imagine I'll be getting a longer wig and cutting it. So that could be another option to like disguise the headband with hair somehow. Didn't know about this live stream, so it's a surprise for me. Wow, just perfect timing. Just perfect timing. We're having a bit of a cosplay craft live stream today, so yay. So, new screen. What shall we... Now we get to see the setup, the new setup. Hopefully. There we go, that's the new setup. It's very exciting. This is upside down. At some point I might work out how to rotate this, but at the moment we're upside down. And also I can't actually do anything with this, so it's just going to have to focus by itself. I can't focus it myself manually, unfortunately. So we're going to see how this goes. This is like a test. We'll see what works and what doesn't. But yeah, this is all good. So I'm going to try and make another one of these. And let me know if anything is annoying with this setup, because as I say, this is kind of a test of like having two cameras. Perfect timing, exactly. And thank you. I'm glad you like the setup. We also have one with Jester on the screen. Which would you prefer? Because it's very small, so it might not be any use. But if you want a Jester on the screen, then actually that might be an idea, because I don't have a Jester on my screen. So I can't see her if I don't have this on the screen. Okay, we're going with this one. I forgot to open an image of Jester before I started this live stream, so I'm just going to have to use this one. Right, so tinfoil. This might be loud, so I'm going to do it away from the computer. I'm so sorry if that was really loud. Wearing costumes on really hot days away from air conditioning must be tricky. I know. I have a lot of respect for cosplayers who go to like conventions on hot days, because you see them and it's just amazing costumes, and I have no idea how they do it. I think it's good to have them on the screen. Okay, good. I do too. Now the problem with this is it's going to be noisy, so I hope it's okay. I actually am not using an external microphone because I thought it would be noisier with an actual microphone than it would be with the Mac. So this is what I've got, and I'm starting from the tip of the horn. So I'm sort of starting in the corner and sort of rolling it up, and then as we get further in, I'm going to start sort of wrapping it round a bit. Of course, the problem is that I'm going to end up wrapping around the wrong way because of the whole mirror image thing. So this one is like this. So I want this one to be... Oh gosh, we've gone all out of focus. There we go. There we go. Camera knows where we are now. I think this is going to be the biggest problem, just the camera not knowing where to focus when I'm moving around too much. So I need her to be going this way, this way. This is what I want. Oh no, now I need to use my left hand more than I would like. But it's all good, it's all good. I've never used tinfoil as a moulding material before, but it works out quite well, generally. Apart from the noise when you're live streaming it. So it's sort of getting thicker as we go along. So I'm trying, as you can maybe see. So from my angle, this is what's happening. It keeps it shaped well, exactly, and you can change it really easily. Let's get rid of the scissors. We don't need the scissors. There we go. Or the masking tape. Masking tape comes later. Right, we're making swans. That's what we're doing. So I'm going to keep on rolling it up and then wait till it gets sort of to the length that I want it. Excuse me, Gorilla Pod, you're in the way. Right, so it twists this way and it also twists the other way. Using headphones is a bad idea for this live stream. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. When I tested earlier, I tested how noisy it would be, and but I didn't do this particular bit. I just played around with tinfoil for a bit. So yeah, I'm really sorry if it's annoying noise-wise. You can always mute me, and I'll wave when I'm done. If you want that, you can mute me, and once I've stopped playing around with tinfoil, I will wave. The first tinfoil live stream, exactly. That's what we're testing. We're not testing the camera setup or the new screen setup. We're testing the tinfoil. That's what's happening. I might actually be doing more of this stuff with tinfoil, to be fair, because there's a sickle which could be done with tinfoil. Right. So I kind of have got to the stage now where I need to just work out where this horn should end. So we have one dun horn, and we have this one. And my thought is that it should end about here. So I'm going to cut that now, and then we'll mould it some more. Okay, I'm going to cut this about here. And I need to unravel this a little bit because the scissors won't go through it unless I unravel. So after all of my hard work, I need to unravel some of this tinfoil now. This might also be noisy, just to warn you, but it might also not be noisy. It might actually be a bit of respite for more than noise. Okay, so we still need this bit. Still need this bit. Quiet as Mouse is always pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the live stream. I know. Right, okay, so this is what we've got. Might actually be able to see it better. There we go. So this is what we've got. We have this one, and we have this one. Let's see if I can get them to match. Oh, well, that's definitely not matched. Let's work this out. Let's work this out. Just need to play around with this a little bit. So, horn like that. Oh, maybe I'll go to... This is probably easier to... Okay. Does that look relatively even? Does that look relatively even to you? Multi-camera work was just a pipe dream only a few months ago. I know, I know. Look how far we've come. Look how far we've come. I mean, those look pretty... Like, they don't look... That needs to stick up a bit from... I'm using the camera now as an angle. Like, that doesn't look bad. That doesn't look bad. I need to thicken it a bit with this tinfoil here. So I'm afraid the noise isn't done. But the next part is to... It does look pretty good. It does. So now we need to thicken it up here by just like wrapping more tinfoil around. Okay, it still needs some more on the end. Did you like art in secondary school? I did, sort of. I did it to GCSE level. I wasn't very good at it. I mean, to be fair, I'm still not very good at it. But it was the subject I did worse in when I studied at GCSE level. But, you know, I liked it well enough. In real life, each one would differ slightly anyway. I know. Yeah, I guess. But still, I wanted I wanted to be exact. Right, so I also need to make sure that, because this one, don't know if you can tell, but probably tell, you can kind of tell from that angle, but it's not flat at the end, it's kind of diagonal, it's on a diagonal. Oh, there you go, you can tell. It's on a diagonal so that it's like flush to the head in the right way. So I need to make sure I've got the diagonal in the right place. Oh yeah, I think I... So I need to make sure it's folded in that way. There you go. So it's like folded in on that side. We need to bring Jonathan back, I think. Jonathan and... Right, so... Hello, Jonathan. So, one horn is there, and one horn is there. Does that look right? This one looks slightly longer. This one looks slightly longer. Okay. Could end up with one up, one down. I know. This one looks slightly longer, so we can thicken it out a bit, I guess. Or we can elongate it, I guess. I could do it like this, I guess. That would work, wouldn't it? One on top of the other. Because then we've got... Oh, wrong screen, I'm sorry. There we go. That might actually be more useful. So we've got looking like that, and then this one goes around here, and then this one goes out there. Not bad, not bad. Would you want Halloween costume parties to be the rage in the UK? I'm not a big fan of Halloween, to be honest, so not really. I'm behind now because I had to pause to bring in groceries, so I may be commenting on old stuff. That's no problem, that's no problem. I'll try and remember what just happened so that I'm not confused. But, I think that's okay. This feels like it's more... Like if we're looking here... Sorry, I'm going to have to look at it from my perspective in a minute so you're not seeing anything very useful on the screen. Nope, that's not helpful. That's not helpful either. Bring it out here. Bring this in a bit. And bring this... I think that tip's too long, to be honest. I'm going to fold it in. Fold in the tip. Make it shorter. That looks a bit weird. I think it's got its fold in the wrong place, so it needs to... That looks a little bit better. Oh, now it looks really out of... I'm like, oh, this looks a little bit better, and then I look at this angle and it looks much, much worse. You just sped up so you'd be caught up, so we're good. Okay, cool. That's probably simpler, to be honest, Caroline. Fast forward some of the moulding of tinfoil. Yes, save your ears. Save your ears. Can't you still mould it a little once it's covered? Not really. It's not very malleable once it's covered. So, I mean, when I'm using the paper mache, I can like add to it, I guess. So, for instance, there's a weird I cannot work out my angles, sorry. There's a weird cavity right there, which shouldn't really be there, and I assume it's just from the way I've, you know, curved the tinfoil. So I can get rid of that in the paper mache. But I want to make sure that it's at least slightly right, like vaguely reasonable. Right, let's do it. Let's do it this way. Let's literally go around. I mean, it's not bad. Like, they still look like, what is it? Sisters, not twins. But I feel like maybe this has slightly too much tinfoil. I'm going to go back to this one so that I can just generally mess around with it a bit while we chat, because I'm not really doing anything that makes this look particularly interesting. Maybe I'll do it through the image for a bit. Maybe that will help. I feel like it's just a bit long, to be fair. Like, I feel like it's mainly fine, but I feel like there's a little too much at the end. Like, it's gone a bit weird at the end. See? Gone a bit weird at the end. Never watched anyone make one before. It's the first time for everything. I wonder what else from this cosplay I can make in a live stream, because there's some things that I definitely won't be able to because it will need like a lot of space and stuff. But hopefully there's some elements that I can make in live streams, because I do like working on particular projects on live streams. I'm hoping that if I do have success with this cosplay, I'm hoping to make quite a few Mouse Makes videos from it, because there's a whole lot of elements from it that would be useful for other cosplays, like the tail, and who doesn't want a giant lollipop, you know? So I think it looks great. I don't think they would be exactly the same. I know you want them to be. Just a little bit, just a little bit. I mean, we've got ages, so it's okay. It's not, just as long as nobody minds me, like, I mean, it just looks like I'm making a swan. Not a big fan of Halloween. I don't know. It's just one of those holidays that, I don't know really. It's very Americanized. There's a lot of trick-or-treating, I guess, which I don't like particularly. I find it very stressful, trick-or-treating. I don't know. It's just odd. Halloween with me. There doesn't seem to be like a standard way of celebrating. It seems to be like a mess of different things, and people using it for like spooky stuff and people using it for fun stuff, and it's just I don't know. Don't like the children knocking on the door. I hide under the table until they've gone. Yeah, I don't really like them knocking on the door. Okay, I've made the tip shorter. That might be good. Using her picture for a bit. Use her picture for a bit. Right, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be fine. That is hilarious. I don't think it's hilarious. I think it's a perfectly reasonable response. Okay. We're going to do this. It's going to be fine. Okay. That's a start. That's a start. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, I'm going to put masking tape on. Back to the screen. I will be small again. Right. Now I get to confuse the camera once more by giving it lots of different things to focus on. Oh. Oh, it's decided the scissors are what we need to focus on, so I'll just put my hand here and see if it... Nope, it's still scissors. Still scissors. I had kids in my neighbourhood ding-dong ditching at 11 PM a few months ago and it terrified me. Oh, that doesn't sound good. This is so slick, all this camera work. I am a fan of the multiple scenes, as OBS calls them, the different options that I have for showing what's happening. I really am a fan of that. But yeah, I'm glad you like the camera work. Right, so I'm using little relatively small strips of masking tape. This masking tape isn't the best, to be fair. It's a little it's not very sticky, but we're gonna do what we can do. See what we can do. But it's better when it's relatively small because you don't get so many creases on all of the curved bits. It's easier. I know, kids today, exactly. Right, let us continue. Oh, I'm a fan of how I still can't get it to... There you go. A nice diagonal edge there. Very proud of myself. Oh, I forgot to wave when we stopped doing tinfoil stuff. There we go. If anybody muted me, you can unmute me now. I mean, you don't have to. Maybe the stream would be better just generally without me rabbiting on, but... They were doing it all over the neighbourhood and not just ringing the bell, but banging on the door like they wanted to break it down. The little insert rude words here. Oh dear, I don't like the sound of that. Not at all. That's kind of what Halloween is like, to be fair, around here. I spent Halloween in the US once. I preferred that, to be honest. I'm playing with the parents. I need to work out how to make the tail. I've been thinking about trying to make like an articulated tail. So we'll see how that goes. I've seen some stuff online. I would have to do a prototype at some point. This cosplay is going to involve prototypes. It's going to be years until it's done. But it's nice to have like a big project, as well as all the little cosplays that I'm working on. We do have good Halloween parties here, and yes, right, I have, there's a little bit left which I haven't done. Come along, camera, you can do this. I believe in you, camera. You can focus on the right thing. If you put your mind to it, it would probably help if I actually was doing this in shot. Apologies if you're just like seeing me like this all of the time. So another part of the test is just my ability to work with everything being upside down and trying to make sure I stay in shot. Okay, now we're going to just like putting rings around. This is better, this is within my comfort zone. I can do this, I can put rings of masking tape around a piece of tinfoil. There are other ways of making horns, but this is the one that I'm going with. Camera seems fine to me. Good, good, thank you. I'm not used to things with autofocus, so I feel like I'm particularly annoyed and distracted by it. Just the constant judder as it works out what it wants to do. It's just like, oh no. See, look at this beautiful masking tape that won't stick to anything. And my other masking tape, sticks so well that I can't get it off the roll. So, could you set the focus on the one pointing at the table? I can't set the focus at all. I mean, I can like put stuff somewhere and like jiggle it around, hoping that it will focus on it, but I can't set the focus. It does come with an app which allows you to do all sorts of stuff, but unfortunately it's PC only. So I think that there is a compatible app which you can get on the App Store for Mac, but I haven't explored that yet. But it's not the one that actually comes with the specific camera, so it's annoying. I'm just glad it's compatible with Mac at all, to be honest, because a lot of the things I was looking at were only PC. Yeah, just wondered. It's a fair question. I would like that. It is a feature that the camera offers, just not to me as a Mac user. It is focusing quickly. Okay, that's good. That's good. Seems like a good method so far. Thank you. Yeah, I think it will. It's coming together, and I know that once it's you know, paper mache, I think it should look pretty good. And I wanted them to be really light as well, so tinfoil and you know, masking tape seemed sensible and cheap. Like there are elements of this cosplay that I'm going to need to buy and find money for and save up for. But this is tinfoil and masking tape and newspaper and PVA glue and water. So this is my kind of my kind of project to start with. I keep being off the screen, I'm sorry. If you were wearing them for a while, they need to be like exactly. All about the comfort. Should I have this as the big screen or should I have me as the big screen? Because I'm aware that when I'm actually putting the masking tape on, I'm regularly taking it out of your view. So you might actually see it better, my end. Don't wear them in the rain. Oh, I know. I mean, paper mache should be pretty good, and when it's painted, but yeah. There's so much of this cosplay I'm not going to be able to wear in the rain. And, I mean, look at the body paint. I mean, definitely rain is not going to be my friend in this cosplay. Just be, like, dripping blue. Yeah, that would ruin them, exactly. And the tail might have paper mache elements as well. And the big lollipop's going to be paper mache as well. Okay, cool. We're good with this setup. Feel free to shout at me if I literally spend 10 minutes like this, though, without noticing that that's what I'm doing. Oh, crumbs, it's 7:45. Time flies. Oh yes, that's a good question, Phil. I forgot I meant to ask you, Carolyn. How did the Harry Potter marathon go? I'm sorry if I shouted then, I got very excited. Oh, I think that's far too much. That's far too much masking tape there. So it gets towards the end, this gets more difficult. It does bulk it up a bit as well, the masking tape. You wouldn't think it would, but with the amount, it actually does work okay. I got excited when I remembered too. Looks like a small dragon without wings. You don't think you could do it personally, the marathon? Yeah, it does seem very long. I've done marathons with TV shows before, Doctor Who mainly. I've done a lot of Doctor Who marathons, so that's about 13 hours. But I feel like a TV series is maybe easier to cope with than a film because the episodes are shorter, so you're not spending so long on one thing, I guess. So it's easier to keep refreshing your concentration because you're constantly going to a new episode and having new characters and plots, whereas with a film, whenever I've tried to have a movie marathon, I tried once with Lord of the Rings and failed. It's easier for my attention to wander and me to get bored, I guess. Lots of film. It's in one go, yeah. Lots and lots. Right, we're reaching the end. We're reaching the end. Good timing as well, actually. Let's get to the end of this and then we can chat for a couple of minutes. I keep taping too much masking tape. I keep forgetting it's the end. And like, thinking that I can wrap around. But I can't really wrap around at this point because it will get too folded up. Sort of. I cheated slightly because it took me so much longer than I expected. 28 hours, so by the time I got to Deathly Hallows Part 1, I skipped certain scenes I don't like. That seems sensible after that long. 28 hours is amazing. Oh no! While watching Deathly Hallows Part 2, my internet stopped 30 minutes from the end. Wow. You beat your internet then, in terms of the marathon. The internet could not cope with the marathon, but you did well. 28 hours. I think we had the same thought, Phil, apparently, at the same time. Decided to cook food on breaks instead of eating pre-made stuff. Ah. But you need breaks as well, so I don't feel like that's a bad system to actually do something in the breaks, because maybe if you hadn't had long breaks, you would have like lost concentration and stopped sooner. It's all part of the experience, I guess, the food and stuff. The others were DVDs. Ah, okay. Oh wow, so the internet didn't even have to do the whole marathon. That's really unlucky then, if it was just at the end that you had to use the internet and it packed up. True. Right, we're so close. We're so close. It's exciting. I've doubled the amount of work I've done on this cosplay now. It's been a productive day, after all, even though I spent most of it away from my computer. Right, now I just need to work out how to do the tip. Just sort of like this, I guess. No, that didn't work at all. That didn't work. How did I do the tip on this one? I just sort of wrapped it around the top. Okay, that's anticlimactic. For some reason, that internet stops at around 2 AM. I was delirious by the end. I would be a zombie by the end. I don't blame you for being delirious by the end. Crumbs. I couldn't even stay awake that long, let alone watch a film series for that long. Okay, we're there, guys. We're there. We have we have a horn. I'm just going to put a little bit of masking tape around the bits that are already coming undone. I mean, it will come undone a bit, to be honest. I mean, look at this one. It's got loads of bits that are loose, but... Oh, look, they don't look so different. They don't look so different. Does look great, thank you. Bet you slept well. You did, that's good. Thank you. I'm glad you like the... Now I've got to work out which one. Okay, this is the... I suddenly was like, which one is the one I'm working on? That's a good sign, isn't it? But this one that I did the other day has this massive strip all the way along, which is constantly falling off, so I know which is which. Oh, that bit at the bottom's coming off. Oh, crumbs. Everything's coming off. Can tell which one you just made. I can't tell which one you just made. I thought you said I can tell which one you just made, and I was like, oh, but you can't tell. That's great. We'll try them on Jonathan at the end. We'll go to full screen and try Jonathan. My record of staying up is 56 hours straight when I was doing a return trip from London. Not my choice not to sleep, though. Wow. 56? No, I guess 28 isn't as bad as 56. Crumbs. I'm not sure what my record is, to be honest. Not long. I mean, I like sleeping, and I'm generally successful at it, apart from on rare occasions where I don't sleep very well for like a week or so, and then I'm like delirious, and it's not even like I don't sleep at all. I just don't sleep as much, and everything is terrible. 56 hours is dangerous, surely, yeah. Right, I think I'm going to stop now because it's not going to improve things. Like, with the paper mache, it will smoothen out. Like, I feel like I could overdo this. I would be punching random strangers at 40 hours. Me too. It's not the best. They are looking more like twins, yay! The paint as well, I imagine, will help a lot. So, shall we go bye to this lovely setup? Bye second camera. I'm going to go back to just me. Just me. And without Jester as well for a moment, because I want to get Jonathan back. I think I slept 3 hours somewhere in there, and that was bad. I slept 16 hours straight after that. Wow. Right, come along, Jonathan. Now I'll just spend the last few minutes of the stream failing to get them on the right way. Oh no, here we go. Here we go. There we go. That's kind of... So they... Oh, now we don't have a picture of Jester. And we can't have a picture of Jester because it goes over where we are. But we'll have a look at the picture of Jester in a minute. So her horns are not as long as this, but my thought is because of the wig. When the wig is on, they'll cover enough of the horns that the horns will look smaller, and they need this extra. They need the extra bit at the end. That's my thought, especially because they'll be like my head, my hair, and the wig. Jonathan's big moment. Yep, Jonathan is covered in black paint from when I painted my Jessica Jones wig black. I have 3 of him, and they're all called Jonathan. So he's having his moment in the sun. Let's have Jester back. There we go. Sorry, Jonathan. Your time is gone. Yeah, I think with the wig it will look great. Yeah, I hope so. I hope I can find a nice wig. I might try and get it in real life, or else try and find a very reasonably priced one online. But we'll see. But I think like the wig and the body paint is going to be fun. Can you curl the left tip in a bit more? Possibly. Turns out I can actually curl it. It's just more difficult. But that's good to know that I can actually curl it with the masking tape on. It's not as easy as with the masking tape off, which is why I thought that you couldn't do it, because I was trying to do it, but it turns out you can sort of mould it still. There you go. I'll probably look at it again in a day or so. That's what I normally do with projects like this. You know, new eyes. But there we go. We have Jester's horns. There we go. Try and get them in the right place. There we go. There I am. So yeah, I've just got to do, yeah, you can make fine adjustments exactly. And I can always add a bit more masking tape if I think one of them needs to be thicker. And as I said before, the paper mache will allow more. Yeah, they will settle into a shape overnight. That's true. I think that would be good to give them a rest. Give Jonathan here a bit of a break as well. But yeah, I have so much to do for this cosplay, but I'm really excited. There's the cape thing. There's the brown like leather thing. There's a couple of belts. There's a sickle. She has a shield, which I think is what that strap that's going over her shoulder is for, but I'm not going to make the shield, to be honest, because they've never like described it in the show, so I feel like that would be a bit weird. The right horn looked a bit curlier than the left. Yeah, it's true, I think you're right. I can curl this one a bit. Yeah. Yeah, I'll play around with it a bit tomorrow. Let them settle a bit. I've only just noticed her tail. I know the tail. That's the bit where I'm like, currently have no idea what I'm going to be doing. And then she's got like the creamy pinky dress, the underdress, and then the blue skirt over the top, and then the boots, and the gloves, and like her earring to horn jewellery. She's got like horn jewellery. What else? Oh yeah, there's the lollipop and the bag, which isn't in this picture. And she's got like a symbol to the traveller, which is on a chain around her waist. You can see it hopefully in the picture. There's like a gold chain which dangles. Dangles like that with a thing at the bottom. But yeah, there's a lot of elements, and a lot of them I hope will be really easy and then I can do almost immediately. Like that clasp on a cape, I can do that now, definitely. The sickle I can almost certainly do now. Might be able to work out the belts, maybe the gloves as well. But yeah, I need to work out body paint. But I've never really sewed very much before, so the dress will be more interesting. The cloak is the part I'd be most excited for. It looks really nice, don't it? It looks really nice, doesn't it? It looks like a very nice cloak. I'm excited to make that cloak. Very practical as well, a cloak. Nice hood, you know. I like the clasp. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited for a project like Ray. Because you know, since Ray I haven't really done anything as challenging and where I'm looking at the thing thinking, how on earth am I going to do any of this? So hopefully Jester will be similarly fun, and it'll probably take a long time as well, and I haven't set a deadline for her, so I'm just going to see how it goes. Just see how it goes. The splash of orange stands out. Yes, I'm probably going to paint that on myself. But I really like it. It looks a bit like a gradient, doesn't it? But it's like orange pinky flowers. It's a really great costume. I really recommend, even if you don't end up watching the Critical Role show, I recommend looking at the official art for all of the characters, because they're amazing costumes, and they all look so great. But Jester's the one I've gone with. But yeah, it's all on the Crit Role website. How's the pickaxe going, just out of interest? To be honest, it looks exactly the same. I was going to show you it, but it's covered with a lot of things because I had to move a lot of stuff for this, so I can't actually show you it right now. But it's looking pretty much the same. I haven't really worked on it much since the live stream. That's really bad. It's really bad. I've worked on a few other craft things, but I've just never been in like a painting. You know when you have to like set everything up for painting so that you've got like newspapers down and a paint palette and all that stuff and water. I just have not been in a like I will set up to paint now. Are the lacy bits sleeves or of the dress or part of the inside of the cloak? I think the lacy bits with they're part of the. So I think like the creamy underdress is like slit across here, or at least I've seen fan art where it's slit across here and it looks really nice. And I think that the brown corset thing has straps, so it's like brown straps and then the creamy under is like slit across here, and then long sleeves with the blue laces around, and then, you know, stopping here and then flowing down the arm, and then the cape is just a completely separate thing over the top which can be removed. You need us to cheer you on, I think. I know, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? When you're doing it in the live stream, far more gets done. But I'll get there in the end. I'll get in a mood to paint, or maybe when I'm painting something else, I'll get in the mood. But it's just because the paint didn't go as well as I had hoped. It's very blotchy. I'm thinking I might spray paint it first and then go over it with paint to try and make it better, or like actually mask off bits and spray paint the silver bits silver instead of painting them silver, because it looks very blotchy. So I might do something more elaborate with the pickaxe. But yeah, too hot at the moment for painting. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I'm not sure how much more cosplay work I'll be doing this week, but we'll see. Oh, it's after 8, so I hope you guys don't mind if I go in a moment. Let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about very briefly before I end. My next video will be on Friday on YouTube. Well, I hope it'll be Friday. It'll be Mouse Moments, which in theory should be on Friday, but is occasionally on Sunday, and I wouldn't put it past me to have it be on Sunday, but current plan is Friday. Gorgeous either way, I know. I love this costume so much. I love it. It's great. And yeah, I'll be on Twitch on Wednesday evening at this time at 7 PM for Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, to be exact. So that'll be fun. So I'll be back on Twitch live streaming then. And I'll try and get my next YouTube live stream to be at a, not quite so far in the future. Maybe I'm trying to have YouTube live streams every 3 or 4 weeks. It doesn't always work out, but that's what I'm trying for. So we'll maybe look out a date in the next 3 or 4 weeks. But I'll let you know in my normal ways on Mouse Moments and my website and my social media, as always. Thank you so much. This is a great cosplay I have not seen before. Thank you, Phil. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I decided to have the picture because I wasn't sure how many people would have seen the art or seen the show before. But yes, I recommend Critical Role if you have the opportunity to watch it or listen to it, because it's also as a podcast. So if you don't have time for the show, then podcast is available too. And the setup was perfect. Yay, thank you. I'm glad you like the setup with all of the elaborate scene changes. I'm going to do nothing but improve over the next few months as I continue with live streams, so I'm excited. And as the weather gets less hot as well, it will probably alleviate some technical issues as well. So it's gonna be great. I'm excited. Good goal. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for doing this live. Thank you so much for coming. It was really great to talk to you. It's so swish now. I know. We're improving. We're improving. That's what I like about making videos. And what I've always liked about making videos is the improvement and being able to try stuff out and explore and experiment and, you know, find out what you're good at and what you're not. So I'm gonna go. I hope you have a great rest of your evening / day, depending on when you are, where you are, when you are. I guess when you are works, but where you are. As I say, I'll be back very soon, sooner on Twitch, but not that much later on YouTube, just a few days. And yes, have a great few days and a great week. Bye everyone, thank you so much. Bye.